In this video, we're going to be going over how to find the common denominator. You use the common denominator when you are adding or subtracting fractions. So if your fractions have a different number on the bottom and you are trying to add or subtract them, you have to make that number the same in order to be able to add or subtract them. So in this case, we're going to be talking about a chocolate bar because when you're talking about fractions, you're talking about food. Just how it is. So Stacy and Kim are eating this weird purple chocolate bar that they found, and Stacy wants 2/15 of this purple chocolate bar and Kim wants 2/5. So we can see right here that if Stacy wants 2/15 and Kim wants 2/5, the denominators are different. So now we're just going to take a quick look at the chocolate bar and see that the portion in yellow is highlighted by Stacy and the blue is highlighted by Kim for how much they're eating. And we're going to use an addition problem to see how much of the chocolate bar they ate in all. So we can see that the chocolate bar has 15 pieces. So Stacy is eating 2 out of the 15 pieces, but Kim is eating 2/5. So that's not 2 out of 15. She's eating more than that. So the way to add these together to figure it out is just by finding the common denominator. So we are going to scroll down a little bit and we can look at their denominators a little closely. So 15 and 5. The first thing you're going to want to do is see what is the number, the smallest number that both of these can be multiplied into. So 15 and 5 both have a common product, which is 15. 15 times 1 is 15 and 3 times 5 is 15. And since 15 is the number that we're going to go for in the denominator, we don't need to change this first fraction right here. So we can keep that 2/15. I'm going to just rewrite that over here. So now with the 2/5, we want to make sure that we are adding out of the same amount that we started with. So 5 goes into 15 if you multiply it by 3. So we get to multiply both the top and the bottom by 3. So whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom, and whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 5 times 3 is 15, making these denominators the same. And 2 times 3 is 6. So now we know that 2/5 is equal to 6/15. Now that they have the same denominator, we can add them. And we just do the same thing as we would do with same denominator, addition and subtraction. So 2 plus 6 is 8, and the denominator will stay 15 because that is the amount of pieces we have in our chocolate bar. And since these numbers are both not divisible by another common number, the answer is 8/15. So 8 out of the 15 pieces were eaten. And we can check that right here, and we see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the 15 pieces eaten. And yeah, so some of the words we should be noting in this, did not mean to underline that, is the denominator being the bottom part of the fraction. Simplify is to make a fraction smaller using a number they are both divisible by. Divisible is able to be divided by, so the same way 6/15, they can both be divided by 3. And if I divide them both by 3, we get back to 2/5. So that would be simplifying that fraction. We technically unsimplified it. And the last one is a common denominator, which is just making sure both denominators are the same in an addition and subtraction problem. And that is how you find the common denominator.